Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. I'm Mike and I'm playing the character of Valentine Montecute.
I'm Jeff and I normally play Demetrius Norden.
This is Johnny and I've been playing Jorus Glave.
My name is Aaron and I play Brother Benedict.
And my name is Jeremy, playing Grayson, teleporting Digby.
And I'm Jordan, and I am the GM for this particular campaign. Lots of fun stuff happened over the last
Lots of
games.
stupidity of me forgetting that I have magic powers.
Yeah, you don't typically play magic, but
No, I don't.
so I tried to give all the characters a little something this game to do, some interesting tidbit and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really kind of paid off. Like the ghost of Humphrey Ainsworth
Oh yeah.
coming to haunt you, the secret note for you. You identified the fire, and also got a Riemann prayer book out of it. Digby,
Which
you
he
got
doesn't
to
know about.
teleport somebody, and
Cyril back from the dead.
yeah. I think, Jeff, I don't know why, but you're the player I like to abuse most.
You really are.
In any campaign.
It's like,
Everything you threw out there was like, hey Jeff, you're not there. We're gonna let everyone else know about this.
here's the thing, you walked away from what I expected you to go to. So, I'm like,
Every
well,
time.
I have to set this up for the purpose of the story. You know?
And I understand it. It makes for a good story.
Because I knew I had built the automaton to be a beast. And I needed to give you guys something that you could use to defeat it without getting yourselves killed. So
Benedict was doing all right.
you didn't
Okay, no, he wasn't.
No one did
he
anything.
wasn't.
We were in a little bit of a time crunch.
I mean, we hit it. It was just...
it just kept on
Doing
ting
nothing.
tang tong.
Yeah.
I love that. It was just bouncing off of it. And,
I want to know what the black stuff was made out of. The orb.
well,
I don't think we want to find that out.
No, out of the game, I want to.
out of game, I can tell you directly what it was. It was the
The soul of the innocent.
yeah. Well, it was it had to do with the fairy. Yes.
Well, obviously, yeah.
There was the fairy that ate the corpse and everything like that. So red.
Oh, there's still the gigantic tentacle monster out there too.
There's an army going to go fight it.
Yeah, and the army is dealing with that. That's kind of outside of your scope of mission. So
Thank goodness.
Amen.
That's why the first thing I did was go straight to the palace.
you know the tentacle monster was. I just was like, oh, they need a reason to run away.
That was a good reason.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
A very good reason.
Very good reason.
So-
it was like adrenaline shot.
True fact: the Riemann fire that was used to like set up the Lambent Palace ablaze. If you had gone into, or you had sent like a rat down to investigate the barrels in La Demaniana last time we recorded, full of barrels of Riemann fire. There was also in the ship's captain's quarters, full-length mirror. You know,
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah, and that's why the captain was coming through and saying that they had the clock. They were taking apart a clock was because he had been talking to the people at Densham House.
Oh.
Just to give you a little background of what was going on there.
Kills me so much. I completely forgot that I had ESP when we were interrogating.
Yeah, if you would.
Oh,
if you would-
that first scene with the we had the best of intentions. Our dice did not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We could have gotten probably so much information if we could actually hurt the guy that was
And then Jordan made me kill him.
Because he realized if he didn't, we were going to get all the information out of him.
Well, no, I decided he was going to lie to you all.
Yeah.
So, like the whole thing about the lady, that was a complete lie. That was a red herring.
That's no fair. There's no lady.
Someday you will find a lady. It won't be a sausage fest forever, buddy. I promise you that. I thought that this had a lot of great character moments in it tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of great action and adventure. You know, the exploration of the warehouse. I always kind of figured that Humphrey Ainsworth's ghost was being forced into whatever his part was against his will. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. He could tell them that something is going down. And it was kind of logical. Well, one of the things that they're trying to do is reinstate the Riemann Church over the Angelin Church. So taking out the head of the church was a good subplot.
So, but it also seems like this isn't the true Riemann Church. That's the impression I've gotten. I don't know if that's an intent or if that's just kind of...
I would say it's more not the modern Riemann Church.
Yeah. So if you think about one of the big influences on the campaign, who was it? She did a couple of movies about Queen Elizabeth, and Jeffrey Hurt was basically the Lord Walsham character. But one of the major subplots was that there was a Catholic priest who got smuggled onto the island, into the country by a boat, and that was played by Daniel Craig. So my thought is, it was a very big part of actual history, where the actual Elizabethan crown and court was very worried about Catholic infiltrators coming in, trying to kill her, trying to put Mary Queen of Scots on the throne.
Right.
So all that is, everything that is going on is based off of actual history.
So in game, the Riemann Church, this is the actual main branch of the Riemann Church attempting to do this.
That's correct.
With actual, everything that they are doing is directly tied to the Riemann Church.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, because Jordan is lazy with his world building, and has pulled, like, the Realm of the Angels, England. Mm-hmm. Iberia is the name of the peninsula that Spain is from. The king of Spain at the time of the Elizabethan era was King Charles. So, King Carlo. And also, England and Spain were the biggest world rivals at that point. Mm-hmm. So it's all based off of actual history.
In an alternate universe somewhere.
Alternate universe with fairies and...
Oh, I hate fairies.
You're saying they're not in this universe?
Well, I don't
Are
know.
you dead?
They could be. But, yeah. This is an alternate world fantasy setting where I just loosely crib off of historical facts. And so far, it's worked pretty well. So what do you guys want to see out of episodes going forward at this point?
I'll tell you what I don't want to see. I don't want to see any more mirrors.
No more mirrors.
What's that behind you?
Yeah. So we're playing at Mike's house, and it's got a real classy 70s vibe to it. And I just noticed that there's a whole 6-thing power supply right in the middle of that mirror.
I said that when we got here.
I didn't hear you.
We
I should
heard
have
you.
sat there, Jeff.
I said it like 8 times. It's right here.
There is a
I
full
actually did hear you, Jeff.
ceiling to floor mirror, that wall. So we're sitting here and you can see everybody in this reflection. So it's like having the mirror be like this whole creepy centerpiece of the episode, and then walking in and seeing this wall here, I was like, oh my god, this is so real at this point.
Yeah,
The
and
dimensional selves are watching us play.
That's right.
I've decided pretty much nothing really spooks Grayson's character, but I've decided that the mirror incident is something that he doesn't want to ever have to deal with, ever. That's why when he heard the shattering of the glass and saw what was happening because of it, he's like, everybody out! We need to get out! Nope, not having any of it.
I think it's so interesting because mirrors are considered to be such mundane items, and then you give them this trans-dimensional power. I think it really adds to the spookiness of it. Because that's the point of horror, is to take the mundane and make it something that is just outside of the scope of imagination. How about you, Mike? Do you have any ideas of what you would like to see in future episodes of the game?
Valentine not meeting up with past people that he screwed over. Because I got a funny feeling Valentine, like the next couple adventures coming up, Valentine's really going to be up the creek. Especially this next one. It's like, Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're going to have a
Cyril.
conversation with someone about what happened with Humphrey Ainsworth and why he's haunting you in particular.
Well, I mean, taking a page from Grayson's book, you don't have to tell anybody that.
Yeah.
No one heard it except for you.
Yeah.
And Brother Benedict. But who believes him about
No,
anything?
he didn't hear it.
He
didn't
said
hear
I
it.
couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
I knew he said that someone was there, and
Yeah. Okay.
You just knew somebody was there. That's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely like to see what unravels, because I definitely would like to see now, since that Cyril has returned, what are his intentions? How he's feeling after his whole new afterlife there. And I don't know. I have a feeling, he and Humphrey in some odd way are tied together.
Okay.
I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that they're somehow linked in one way. They may not know it yet, but I have a feeling that they're linked together.
How about you, Jeff? Do you have anything that you want to see in future episodes?
Well, so far the things that I've wanted to see happen for my character have gone horribly wrong.
Just crushing.
So come on,
dreams.
just share with Uncle Jordan what you.
What happened so he can screw you over.
Here, come on.
It's going to be okay.
Here, I can be your shoulder to cry.
Best thing to happen was when Grayson found that key and was like, do you recognize this? I was like, no, but it looks familiar. And then I immediately knew what it was. I was like, it's gonna turn off the automaton.
So you want more moments to be awesome, is what you're telling me.
Yes. That was a good moment. And then when I was able to do the heroic thing and turn it off.
How about you, Johnny?
Well, all I know is Jorus is extremely pissed at Brother Benedict.
Well, that goes all the way back to the interrogation in the first episode.
It does.
Well,
Yeah.
the rest of us are none too pleased with Jorus.
He's not
Coming
concerned.
back to the very first episode, Jorus appeared.
He's not concerned about that. You're a bunch of amateurs.
How about you, Brother Benedict? Or I should say, Aaron.
what do I want to see for Brother Benedict in the future?
What
Or
Death at Jorus's hands.
personal wishes?
personal wishes, what you would like to see for your character, story elements.
On the personal side, I'm kind of curious about the massive, ginormous room of bunk beds that were empty. Where are all these people? They're likely within the city. I'm curious.
Also, remember, you have a teleportation device that was in that room with them. So they could have been in the process of moving people in.
Right. I mean, they could be anywhere at this point.
Mm-hmm.
For Brother Benedict, when I first built him, I did not expect some of his character traits to be as they are. And I think one of the things I started attempting to do in this is trying to get his own idea about things to do, not be a 100% follower.
Mm-hmm.
Growing as an individual.
Because at this point, there's been 3 people who he has followed for a period of time, and not a single one of them have helped him.
They basically used him for their own ends.
Correct. And so Brother Benedict is starting to see that, and he's going to start standing up for himself and others a little bit more.
Okay.
Even
people who probably don't deserve to be stood up for.
Correct. But yeah, my big thing is I'm looking forward to a head-to-head tete-a-tete with Jorus. little Jorus smackdown. Kill the bird first.
Oh my.
Really, kill the bird first.
He really will die.
So, the whole thing with Jorus, that brings up something else that happened. I think this was the first time ever that I've given a secret to one player that I have not told to other people. How do you guys feel about that?
Well,
I like it.
at least 3 of us have played Shadowrun with a guest to Bone Throwers at one point, Mike Karkov.
Yeah.
That is his thing. He likes to do.
He loves
is
doing that. He's
slipping
like,
the secrets to one character and then you do with it what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can share. You can keep it to yourself. So when you did that, I was like, it wasn't that big of a deal because I've played tons and tons of sessions where that's the
all
thing.
the time.
I mean, I like it, especially since it was to Jorus Jorus's character. I mean, honestly, there's only two characters you could have done that with, and it made any sense: Jorus and Grayson, because those are the only ones that would keep secrets at this point.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we would all keep secrets, but
not necessarily from each other.
Not necessarily intentionally, or the deep secrets, the ones that can be harmful to group cohesion and
Group
Health.
cohesion. Ha!
yeah.
You don't know how I run games.
This is an interesting thing because Grayson had to make a choice. I don't want anybody to know that Grayson is using magic, but when it came down to it, that was the only option for him to actually think he could save the Archbishop.
Yeah.
Right. So he risked that at this cost of maybe exposing his secret.
I like how when it all the fighting stopped and the automaton was down, you were like, where did he go? Because it definitely threw the scent off of you, especially after the automaton itself teleported. It's like, where did the automaton send it if it has that ability?
Yeah, that was my this because
I did not even put that connection there.
I did because, like I said, being a magic user, I would know what the teleportation is.
Behind the scenes, in Grayson's mind, he's not going to hold on to that secret for very long. Otherwise, he is going to be the bad guy. So that's why he says immediately, Grayson's like, we need to go talk to Walsham. It's Grayson's intention to
reveal what happened.
To tell Walsham, and only Walsham, what happened.
Okay.
Which makes sense from character standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although your last interaction with Walsham was not pretty.
No, it wasn't. But Grayson knows how to spin that.
Spin Dr. Grayson.
All of Jeremy's characters at one point or another kind of work the spin doctor angle.
Do they?
I think so.
In some way, yeah.
No. I mean, Orion James didn't really have to... He was more about this the way it is.
Yes.
Not spinning things.
Well, he spun things according to what his perception of things were.
Well,
especially as far as your past. Not necessarily what's going on at the moment, what needs to be done, but as far as your past.
I beg to differ because it was more Aurora putting the spin on this rather than Orion at that point.
And also, you got to ask yourself, I'm sorry, not to jump into past reminiscences, who were those figures who just dropped off the bottom?
I was wondering
that. That's
the only thing
Grayson
I can think of is they were like the people that were in the bunks, you know?
That's why originally when you said that the key fell,
I
was thinking,
like, did they
all right,
drop
what's going on with this body? What is about to happen that we're going to get set up for?
I'm kind of horror.
And that's why I wasn't sure if it was going to be a good thing or a bad thing to use that key on the automaton. Because, like I said, I pictured multiple arms.
But then that's why I asked
his work as...
Yeah, that's why I asked Jordan, where did that key come from? It's like, it fell off of...
Right.
I was like, okay. It wasn't as we picked up the body, all of a sudden someone threw the key from out of the shadows there for us to find. It's like, then I would not have trusted that key.
Yeah.
I probably would have left it right there.
Yeah.
And not touched it.
No, I had to make it inviting enough for you to take. So, because then that automaton would have just been...
Oh, yeah.
Unstoppable.
That definitely would have been an Arnold Schwarzenegger moment there.
George does not have enough reason to suspect Grayson of having magic yet, because he has see magic aura, and he hasn't cast it yet.
I'm just saying, and we talked a little bit of this right before we started recording, out of all the characters, Jorus had the best angle to see that Grayson's posture changed.
Because he was at the door, and everybody
else was facing away from Grayson.
If it were
Jorus was facing toward Grayson. When he changed his posture, the Archbishop vanished, and then he went right back to doing what he was doing right before.
It was
so I was like,
Jorus was distracted by the Archbishop and the automaton, so that's why he wouldn't have noticed.
I am really glad.
Though if I had used my perceptive perk, I could have.
Yeah, absolutely. I am really glad that this session came together so well, because literally I was printing it out when Aaron showed up at my door. So it's like literally, I was like, all right, print. Knock, 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 knock. So it was a little bit rushed in terms of preparation, but I think it came together well. And you had something to say?
I was just going to say, Jordan, you cheated me out of a hero point. I'm just saying, by having Cyril show back up at the end of a play session.
Yeah. I said my quit like 3 or 4 times, so.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know it.
Oh, you said in the name of the queen.
It's just part of my character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a natural
Next
quit.
time you do that, like wave your hand or something so I know, because it went by so fast, I would have tossed it to you.
Yeah, I said it when I chopped the guy's head off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said it when you
banged
on the door to the warehouse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
that
was
was
like open up in the name of the queen. That's less.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead and write down an extra one for the time that you said, like when you cut off his head.
Yeah, I'm just mad I forgot I had ESP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny. Out of character, I'm sitting there. Johnny, ESP. Johnny.
You should have passed them a note or something.
I know. I wish you would have.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our questions. Who do you think had the best character development for this section?
I personally think it was Brother Benedict. Because he kind of started to stand up for himself and kind of developed his own conscience. Like, he wasn't just following whoever, told him to go anywhere. He wasn't like a yes man here. He kind of thought, hey, I don't like this. I don't agree with this, so I'm going to do something different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that whole line there is like, yes, even I know this. That was awesome.
Didn't even intend to say that.
Yeah. It's like,
that was perfect.
It just kind of slipped.
But it was perfect.
I agree. Like you said, you decided that Brother Benedict is like, I don't want to be these other guys' puppets anymore. Yeah. And you were starting to show that in your character.
In a way, I think the conflict with Jorus actually helps with that.
Yes, that's quite a bit.
I mean, I was gonna say with Jorus, we got to see more of his personality and his character, but I guess that's in part with some of the.
You all get to see more of it, but it wasn't more him developing now.
Yeah, I don't know if
it was you developing him, not him developing as a character.
Yeah, I mean, if you know his background, everything he did is part of who he is.
Yeah, we got to see more of his character.
You get to see more of his character.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also goes to the second question: who role-played their character the best? Yeah, so that
one's a tough one. Because I think, this is what I was gonna say.
Are we settled on Benedict?
I think Benedict.
I would say so.
Yeah,
I would say so.
And by the way, 10 points from me.
So that brings you. Oh no!
Not quite to where you need to be.
Because he had to spend some.
Dang it!
I'm evil, aren't I?
Yes, we actually spent character points this time.
Yeah, that was, and actually, I thought that worked really well.
It did. It worked really well. I thought.
Because I don't want to be caught without any character points ever again, just because of the way things have started happening, and I have just enough to raise my might. I know I have just enough to raise my wit, which is what I wanted to do, but that would leave me with 0. To start off with.
You can't
so I think Grayson did an absolutely phenomenal job with roleplay this time.
Give me the 31 so I have
Now here comes the real politics of the situation.
Anyways, back to what I was going to say, and it kind of goes with the character development too. I definitely think that Brother Benedict developed his character the most, but at the same time, what has gone on has caused some characters to change and do things differently than they would, like with Benedict. He's now not doing things differently than he originally started off because of that development, which, I mean, you also got to figure out how to roleplay, and I've talked about that with Grayson's character. All this has happened with Grayson's character. I got to figure out a new way to play Grayson.
Yeah, and so here's something that I've been thinking about a little bit recently, I think is interesting, is like you have the idea of what you want in your character, or for your character to do and everything like that. And I think it's great that we crystallize that by writing down the goals and the beliefs and everything. But then when you get to the table, what other people say and do will fundamentally change how you even perceive your own character. Yeah. And that goes to speak like how we see ourselves through the lens of how others perceive us. Sorry, go ahead.
And something, I think it was what Aaron said at one point. I forget what Grayson did, but you said it's like, oh, that's not like Grayson. Like when he charged into somewhere.
Yes.
Like
I think it was either the burning window or...
No, it was before then. It was earlier. No, it was before then. It was at the dock somewhere.
Running away from the...
No, it was heading into something.
Brother Benedict had said, Valentine says we might have company down here. And then you were like, okay, and then you just
started running towards...
Oh, yeah, running towards
the company.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Like, that's... I decided to do that beforehand because with what has happened to Grayson, he wants to just finish this mission and be done.
Right.
So he's more apt now to charge into something just for the sake of getting this over with.
If all the characters make it out of here alive, I'm hoping that the next session will be based off of character development. Like maybe a small drop, but nothing to the level of insane monsters, and like give you guys a chance to expand a little bit more character-wise than even we've had the opportunity at this point.
At one point when Jorus said that he liked the way Grayson did things, what was running through my mind was, maybe I can recommend him for training for being officially part of the spies.
Oh.
And that's when he just stood right on top of the guy and pointed the crossbow at his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were taking anything. You're just like, give me what I want to know.
Yeah. At that point, Grayson was done with...
Yeah.
Maybe he saw the mirror incident happen. Byram is dead. Cyril killed, air quotes now, because he's back. Cyril. Something's happening with Haley as well.
And
so,
her parents,
and her parents. So, honestly, part of the things is probably going on back of Grayson's mind. Get this job over with, and I may even just leave town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? See if you can convince Haley to come with me, and we'll go start over somewhere else.
But what if you were offered an official job?
See, he doesn't like nobles, so taking a job.
Part of the job is spying on nobles.
We'll see. So I think we're kind of drifting away from the question.
Yes.
Yeah. So who do you think had the best role playing tonight?
I would honestly suggest Grayson.
Okay.
It was all about even tonight, I felt.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
You get a point, and you get a point. You all get points.
But it doesn't work that way. We have to choose favorites.
I would go with Grayson just strictly from at the very end, after the automaton was defeated, when Jorus said, "Where did the Archbishop go?" And Grayson immediately said, "Yeah, where did he go?"
See, that was funny because I was right when you asked that, it's like, fess up to it? No. Where did he go? Where did he go?
Yeah, good times. So it sounds like you get a point.
Awesome. 31.
Snacks were hard this week.
They were.
We had cherry bourbon fudge,
Which was amazing.
Yes.
That was... Yes.
we had strawberry pie stuff,
Strawberry pie salad, I believe you call
Yeah.
it.
Strawberry pretzel salad, which has no salad
It is
and lots
not
of sugar.
Yeah.
Yes,
we like
lots of
those
sugar.
kinds of salad.
It was pretty tasty.
We had Klondike bars,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Those were also tasty.
bacon jerky, and jalapeno chips,
Which were also tasty.
Everything was tasty.
goldfish.
Goldfish, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which were also tasty.
All the snacks were a win.
The bourbon fudge. That's my personal
I
pick.
have to go with the bourbon fudge as well.
Bourbon fudge was damn good, but just the mere fact of the name. Strawberry pretzel salad, I gotta go with that.
Sometimes the name, like the branding, makes the product.
It does.
Well, I would also have to go for the strawberry pretzel salad because I'm more of a strawberry person than a bourbon person.
As am I. So
Honestly, I had my slice of that right before we started recording. It was pretty darn tasty. So we were like, what, 2 and 2? 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you're the deciding factor.
Mm-hmm. Jeff is clutching the remainder of the bourbon fudge.
It's so good.
It really is.
even or odd, Jeff?
Odd.
Oh!
Jeff takes the point.
Good, because it should go to the bourbon fudge. There's no...
All right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming together for this evening. I had a lot of fun. I was really, like I said, I threw this one together with very little time. Today was a really busy day, and I'm glad it came together as well as it did. So I'm going to say thank you, and I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode at this point. Also, listeners, thank you so much. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can always contact us via our website, or if you want to leave us a review on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you get your podcasts, please feel free to do so. That always helps. Again, thank you so much. Hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, Mike, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook and Google+. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.